Hi everyone, welcome to another Midday Mouthful. I'm Apostle Mott, and I have with me today the beautiful, my daughter, Helen Ladson. I'll introduce her in a minute. We are located here at Neptune Park on St. Simon's Island, and in honor of Black History Life, notice I said life, not Black History Month. In order of Black History Life, we're going to do a little history of the island of Neptune Park. And Helen, my beautiful daughter, she's an educator, a historian, and would you tell me,
A junior culture keeper.
junior culture keeper. Now say that 10 times real fast, okay? But really, she is so knowledgeable, and it's such an honor that you would join me on a Midday Mouthful
Thank you so
and
much.
share your wisdom and your knowledge. It's astounding. I'm so honored to know you, to get to know you, to think of you as my daughter, part of the Mott dynasty. We have some other great things coming down the pipe that we don't want to drop on you right now, but you can expect to see some more and hear some more of this collaboration with Helen, myself, and obviously Mott dynasty, I guess, creator, founder, my husband. So anyway, today though, we're going to pick your brain,
Yes, ma'am.
and talk a little bit about Neptune Park, educate us, give us some history, give us some background, some cultural, any kind of facts you want to share with us that would help us to understand better the dynamics and the influence of the Black culture here on the island and in the park.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Like Mom said, like Miss Christine said, we are at Neptune Park on St. Simon's Island. There used to be 14 plantations on St. Simon's Island. One was owned by the Butler Page family. And what Mr. Page was, he had a daughter, Anna Matilda Page, and she was his only child. So back then, it was really odd for a man to give the land to his daughter.
Okay.
All of the land always went to the first son, or they would divide it up. But Anna Matilda, since she was the only child, she got the land.
Wow.
So
Go
that
Anna.
was, yeah,
Go
girl
Anna.
power. So what she did once she got the land, she also acquired the slaves, the servants that were on the land. And Neptune Small was the companion to her oldest son.
Okay.
And when the Civil War came about,
Wait. When you say companion, he was the companion to her older son. Was he his servant?
he was,
But he was more of a friend.
but he was more of a friend.
Okay. Okay.
It was like we need somebody to play with our son, and so you're the same age as my son.
Tag your age. Okay.
Tag your age.
So,
And
okay, sort of like David and Jonathan in the Bible.
Right.
They were friends, companions, but they each had their own role.
right.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
So Neptune's role was to be the companion to the sun.
Okay.
And so when the Civil War broke out, Neptune made a promise that he was going to go there with the sun and
Wow.
also bring the sun back. Dead or alive, he was going to bring the sun
Now
back.
that's a friend.
Right. So Miss Anna Matilda Page, who is now a king, oh, please remember Butler Island. I apologize. Butler Island.
Okay.
So, Anna Matilda Page, king now,
Wow.
she sends her son off to war. Both her sons go off to war. And Neptune, one dies on the battlefield. He brings them back just, I think, to make him. And goes back to fight on the grounds with the son,
Wow.
the other son. And he brings both of them back. And they're buried here on St. Simon's Island. So because Neptune kept his word, kept his honor, he acquired this land.
Wait. All this land
This is Neptune. This is what Neptune acquired.
Wow. And Neptune's a black man.
Neptune is a black man.
Wow. Awesome.
And so he left his land
Mhm.
to St. Simon's so everybody could enjoy. And so this is
Beautiful.
why it's called Neptune Park.
That's beautiful.
Right.
Now, my only, I guess my question, the biggest question is, if Neptune, is there a spot here on the island that really shows, and just like you shared the information about how the island was acquired, how the park was named, why it was named Neptune, is there some type of historical monument, documents anywhere here?
There is.
Okay, good.
And they're all around on the Neptune Park. You can read and explore yourself. But if you want to delve deeper into it, please read The Diary of a Sea Island Plantation Mistress, The Diary of Anna Matilda Page King, and also read Neptune's Honor. And that is a whole book about Neptune Small.
Wow.
It's all a whole book about Neptune Small.
That's
And
awesome.
if you find anything that I said wrong, call a sister, okay? Don't be talking about me on the midday mouthful, okay, y'all? Please don't do that.
No, I'm sure they won't, because you are so knowledgeable, and again, it's just an honor to share that, because you hear so much, particularly for our younger black children, don't have the benefit of hearing the historical background of where we came from. Most of the time when you talk about Black History Month, the only thing they know or they've been told is Martin Luther King.
Right.
But our roots go back so much further, and we're more than athletes.
Yes.
We're more than artists, and I forgot to tell everybody, Helen is an artist as well, and you'll be hearing more about that at a later time. We're more than athletes. We're more than artists. We are friends.
Right.
We're companions.
Yes.
And not only that, we're business people.
Right.
We're intelligent.
Right.
We are business owners. We have a heart. We have a soul. We have intelligence. We are here in this culture.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we came from a culture where we were still kings, queens, honorable people.
Right.
And what Neptune did was honorable.
Yes.
He kept his word. He kept his word not only once but twice.
Right.
Go back and get both sons.
Right.
And because of that, he was rewarded.
Yes.
And then he didn't even stop there. He could have been very selfish.
Yes.
And kept what was given to him. But look at the beauty that he shared with all of us.
Yes.
But I want you to understand, particularly young black men, young black women, and older black men and women, and everybody really, the significance of the African American influence in the culture that we call America.
Right.
We are a people who are proud, strong, intelligent, articulate, royalty,
Yes.
basically. And those roots in us go deeper than the roots of slavery.
Right.
Because sometimes the roots of slavery will keep us in bondage, not allowing us to see our culture and who we are. In reality, we're so much more than even the culture and the history that's trying to be erased since we got here. But if we go back even further, we'll see that we come from royal blood.
Right.
And it's one thing about black people. We were talking about it earlier today in our travels. Black people are people who know how to adapt.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what's thrown at us. We can adapt. We can make adjustments to our situations and make the best out of it.
Right.
Now, do we have some issues? Absolutely, but who doesn't? Right?
Right.
But in the whole scheme of things, I personally believe if we understand better the things that, like you're sharing, the junior culture keeper, that's awesome. We need to know not only who we are, but where we come from.
Right. I think that we think that slavery is so far away.
Say that.
And it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're probably 5 generations removed from the soil of Africa.
Wow.
So that means that my great grandmother, she was sold into slavery. And my great grandmother had the raffle tickets of her parents being sold into slavery. And you know, my grandmother, these are stories that we need to tell, because we think we're just so far removed. We'll say, oh well, that was so long ago. That was so long ago. But everything that we touch, from how we're educated, from how we think, how important education is, it all came, but we're missing so many pieces that there's so many gaps.
Yes.
Where we have, okay, you were a slave, then you became free, then Martin Luther King came, Rosa didn't sit down, Obama became the president,
and that's it.
Now,
and that's
you
it.
know, but we don't know that right here on this island were 4 black communities. There were 4 black communities. There were 4 black schools that were established after the Civil War. And one is remains standing on St. Simon's Island, which is the Harrington School, which was going to be demolished, but Mr. Rosenbaum, who owns Sears and Roebuck, he sent these schools where you can build it yourself. Now these schools are listed at Fisk University, but Harrington School was not on there. So another historian, Patty DeVoe, she found out that this was a Rosenbaum, and now the school is on the list at Fisk University.
Wow.
So sometimes it takes other people to tell you that you're important, but it is so much better to just know that you're important and take care of your culture and give life. Give life.
Yes. And what you said is so important. We have to remember, and it does take other people sometime to kind of jar our memory. And that's one of the things what we want to do is to keep it in remembrance. And we're almost done, but I wanted to share with you, you said something important about history, about the generations removed. There was a picture that I posted and my husband reposted with a African-American nanny who was nursing a white child.
Right.
And one of my husband's white friends or acquaintances made the comment, you know, leave that in the past. You know, leave that in the past. And I wanted so much to say, the past is the present.
Right.
It's really not the past. And any history that excludes even the ugly part of history, which is, slavery's ugly, and its tentacles go deep. But any history that excludes any history, Native American, Hispanic, any culture that doesn't cover the whole thing is really not history at all.
Right.
And so in order for us to move forward, we have to deal with the reality of where we are now, where we've been, and where we could go together if we all got past the past.
And just one remark on that picture. I think that it shows really where America is and where America has always been. Where the backs of black women and the backs of black men. We were the backs of black women. We breastfed this country.
The fronts of black women.
Yes, you know, we.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yes, we fed this country, and a nation can rise no higher than its woman. So you know, this nation has been raised on the strength of the black woman, the queen,
the queen.
Yes.
Wow. And with that said, I want to thank you, Helen, for sharing your wisdom.
Oh my God. This is so big for me. Okay.
Sharing your time. You used to, sweetie. We love y'all. This is a Midday Mouthful. I'm Apostle Mott. My special guest, Helen. Thank y'all for joining us. Have a beautiful black life.